Good morning, evening, afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We are thrilled to have you join us today for an exciting session. Welcome to the week long celebration of success, innovation, and inspiration. I am Danish Nasir, your host for today's event. Over the 3 days, like three next 3 days, we have an extraordinary lineup of session plan, each dedicated to showcasing the incredible journey of our esteemed customers. These are the individuals and businesses who have not just achieved their goals but have exceeded expectation, setting new benchmarks in their respective industries. I am excited to introduce our esteemed guest. Our guest of honor today is none other than Mr. Paul Ryazanov, the CEO of Magecloud, with an impressive background in the web development and a passion of innovation. Paul has guided Magecloud on a remarkable path of growth and excellence, and we also talked with Paul uh, before this interview for some other task under his leadership, and we know that Mage Cloud has become committed to making the web a better place. So today we have the privilege to hearing from the Paul, who has an incredible journey since 2014, a journey that has revolutionized the way websites are built, hosted, and managed. So Mage Cloud Incorporated, I would like to first start this webinar with the first question that I also ask the people who I interviewed yesterday. Paul, could you please introduce yourself and your business? Like our uh, listeners want to listen about your journey.
Thanks for having me, first of all. Just so we're on the same page, I'm a database engineer from my background. So programming was my only journey that I really started on the very, very beginning of the internet when it was PHP 3.6, if I'm not mistaken. I'm doing some coding on the different languages. What I remember, I started one of my projects called guidebuddy.com on ASP, kind of making so many like stuff in very early internet era, and I was passionate about e-commerce very like from my day one when OS commerce was one of the platforms that dominated the market. I basically over 10 years, at some point I tired from being just a web developer. I switched over a little bit into the marketing because I was really frustrated when a lot of businesses they starting to put a lot of money into developing of the system and they have no clue into the how to market this properly, right? So I started internet marketing for about like 4 to 5 years. Anything about search engine optimization, Google Ads. I started this doing myself on my own. And then when all of those knowledge, come to the one kind of puzzle, I started in kind of anti-agency. So like Mage Cloud, if I can introduce me through my company where like 35 uh, uh, team members, I would say, not as big as many other agencies, but not as small as some like newbies. So we're proud to be focused on just e-commerce on view platforms, Magento, WooCommerce, and Shopify. That's basically dominating the market as of right now. And we're proud to be not just like a technical vendor, but we also able to advise our customers in terms of the internet marketing, Google Ads, Google Shopping campaigns, social as well, um, and things like that. Um, uh, as of right now, being a speaker at different conferences in the United States, such as Conversion Conference, PopCon during the many years, I'm glad that I'm also getting a lot of knowledge back as from industry experts as well as the customers that we work with because the e-commerce ecosystem it's quite dynamic, so by working with the customers we are getting extra knowledge and we're trying to distribute this across all of our accounts, all of the clients that we work with. So in terms of I don't know, like that's probably in terms of what we do in general as a business and who I am as well.
Such a humble and huge introduction, by the way. And where are you based? And who is your target market?
As of right now, Magecloud kind of split out. We have the US office, we have the office and representatives, I would say, in Denmark. We also have an office in UK where I'm based as of right now, as we speak, and we also have a development facility in Ukraine. That's where the most of our engineers located. But I would say we serving customers globally. I would say United States and UK probably the target market. Obviously, some Scandinavian countries. I would say not that much, but yeah, we do support. And obviously customers from Australia. So any English-speaking countries, I would say that's our target as of right now. Plus uh, Denmark and Sweden. Uh, that's and in terms of the profile that we usually work with. So I'm really enjoying working with the small to medium sized business. Again, depends how you treat medium size. I would say our customers they make 1 to 5 million revenue a month. That's I would say the best customer profile when they're already not on the very beginning of the journey, but they already probably tried a couple of agencies. They probably tried like a different stuff, and then now they're like potentially looking for a stable vendor who might just go ahead and execute this e-commerce journey all the way through kind of through the years. And I'm proud also to say that we are top-rated vendor on Upwork.com, which is pretty much like the platform that you cannot cheat with, with
Yeah.
anything. So being a top expert vetted and top-rated over there, it's definitely help us with selling our I hate selling, but it's more like a credits for our customers when they look into the impressive reviews. Then they more trust they trust what we can do for them as well.
Good to know. And as you start your journey as a developer, then you become a marketeer. So, who is your inspiration? Who inspired you to start your business?
So I would say my journey being a developer first, and then I understand when I have full clients that I cannot manage them all myself. I kind of started into being the project manager, leading some some projects, and then I do remember like yesterday. I've invested about 2 grand back in time. It was what 2003, 2005, I guess. I invested 2,000 US dollars. That back in time for me was a huge money. I invested into getting the tickets to United States and start kind of have some conversations, meetings, etc. Back in time, if someone remember MSN as a messenger, and then Skype appear on the market when the voice over IP became like a more kind of a way how you talk with the clients. So this one journey into United States changed entirely my career when I became more like a biz dev guy, like a sales guy, but not just a typical sales guy, but the sales guy was a technical background, was the marketing background that basically kind of no bullshit, no presentations, no sales pitches, straight to the point. That's what I like. That's how I do the business. In terms of inspiration, there are a couple of different inspirations that I can call. But if you ask me for one single person that kind of probably fit my future journey. I don't know if you know this guy, but Gary Vaynerchuk. I'm sure some of the guys who are watching this video will know this Gary V. The guy who went to the United States from Belarus after this ex-Soviet Union time, grew up by with his own hustling and now investor into the bunch of the big international companies. So his speech back in 2012 um, it's basically changed my mindset. I'll probably not change my mindset, but I would say was a trigger for me to start my own journey and be my own company rather than work for someone. And yeah, so that's probably kind of the person that I have to say inspires me for quite a bit of years. I follow him with a different entrepreneur. I mean, he basically the guy who drives the entrepreneurial spirit to everyone, and that's basically how we started our agency. And there were some also technical things when back in time in 2013 or 2012, I don't remember exactly, Magento decided to shut down Magento Go as a service. And a lot of those SMBs that were onboarding before were left. So that's basically our mission, was to help them out, get Magecloud.net as a platform for them to use, and so on and so forth. And end of the day, of course, we kind of moved into the consulting business after 2014, when it was the first time when the Russia invaded Ukraine. We started more consulting business and grew up, I would say, significantly. Maybe not that much in money wise, but on the client base, and grew up from like the customers base as well, and from technology as well. So adopted extra things, new technologies in place, and obviously uh, being a partner with the Cloudways help us to scale in our journey.
So, as been in the industry, like in a business from last 10 years, so definitely you face some challenges. So, what are some of the challenges that you have faced when you start your business, and are you facing challenges right now as well, and how you overcome those challenges and like find solutions?
So, my challenges as an agency, it's always talents, right? It's always hard to find the people that you want on board. And over those years, we were not that aggressive in the market of like looking for the new developers. I'm proud to say that the team that we probably onboarded 1-2 engineers a year only, while any other agency probably will grow up significantly, over this time. But what I'm proud to say is that like we even now after many years, sometimes client um, kind of disappear, moved out, and then come back. I'm proud to say that they're like, hey guys, remember the original developer that used to work on your account still work with my company, and they kind of impressed, because in the United States, in UK, the people moving in and out, like leaving the jobs or kind of moving to a better job place. I'm proud to say that our the biggest thing was challenging is finding the talent, and it's not just kind of you have to be technically skilled. It's also mentally you have to be ready to work in e-commerce. I would say with e-commerce, it's always emergency. If something is not working, and since we're working with the clients with a huge amount of traffic, well, I mean, like 300,000, 600,000 of people visiting the website a month. So huge amount of traffic. So any failure on the website, it's really costly for my customers. So my developers, they have to definitely look into that, and they have
Hmm.
to be ready kind of day and night
Yeah.
to resolve any issues. But that's probably um, the biggest challenge on my side in terms of employers. But I can tell you, like we grew up our agency by trying to um, help with challenges of our own clients. And the biggest challenge on this side is that, like, even in the United States, when I used to live, like, business owner, he's not really that much in tech. He's not that much into this internet marketing stuff. So he usually hire like a different vendors. And then end of the day he gets someone for website development, someone for, let's say, doing SEO, or someone for the Google ads and stuff like that.
Mhm.
And then end of the day those people don't even talk to each other. And then basically end of the day the business owner paying the bill at the end of the month, not that much results. uh, Even if he might be getting some results out of it, but if those if those teams will be more connected
Yeah.
strategically and thinking, that's probably will be way better for the customers. And so what we are trying to solve for as a challenge for our customers, we want to be at the company then when if something is going wrong with your Google feed, we can fix the sound. You don't have to teach us what's the Google Merchant Center is, what's the Google Tag Manager is, etc. So we became a agency that, I'm not saying do it all as a package. I hate packages, but we have capacity or skill set to look into the every single aspect of e-commerce. Um, I would say frontline, because e-commerce is also fulfillment and customer support and all type of stuff, but the front line, that's basically what we specialize in. um, and how we solve it, well, I would say like that, nice company culture, always pay in time, which is important. um, I don't really trust anymore into, hey, let's have a pizza in the office and stuff like that, or I'm not I'm not really looking into having a new PlayStation in the office or something fancy, probably. I mean, that's more for the inspiration for the youngsters, from what I believe is like, you as a business owner, you have to work probably harder than anyone else in your team. And just by using this as a sample, or like as an inspiration, inspire someone who works for you, to bring like an extra mile or extra vision. So that's important if you want to grow up in the new agency life. So uh, I guess that's kind of how we solved the problem, and what was the challenge originally.
You are so right at that point. Like the team collaboration is very important for the success of the business. So team collaboration should be must. So my next question is related to your agency, Magecloud. Like you have been involved in building multiple websites. Can you highlight any particular memorable projects or success stories that stand out for you?
So let me do this way. Nowadays, what I'm proud of is that uh, I start treating my customers not based on like a great design and stuff like that. Sometimes I'm having a conversation with a client, and sometimes it's really opposite to what other agency talking. So we do we build thousands of the website? Probably not. I can tell you. I think as of right now, we probably have about 100 active accounts that we support, but we are proud to say we're supporting them in the long term, right? So memorable projects, all of them kind of memorable for me. But if you ask me, like very very like as inspiration, I think the headlights depot .com, which is US based website that's selling headlights. We met probably like 6 years ago, right? And it used to be Magenta 1 website, now go to the Magenta 2 and stuff like that. And I think the reason why this success story kind of inspires me is like, we started when with this project on at the very beginning. It's also a huge work by the customer to improve the business, to organize the business operations properly, optimize the processes. He was really like, it's not like a big team, like, but and that's what I like. He also put their own hands into like doing something. So we grew up this business, I think like maybe 5 times over the years. And I guess that this is a typical scenario how we eventually trying to help our customers. So most of the agencies in the United States, when you want to build a new website, they usually give you a quote, huge budget. When the project is done, they usually hand it over the code to you. And when it comes to generic support, or like 10-hour support, 20-hour support a month, those big agencies, they're not that interested. So in our case, we're completely opposite. I would say 80% of our clients, they came to us when they already have a website and they're not either happy with the current vendor, or maybe the current vendor did a good job, but he's basically too busy or whenever to support the clients. And I like that's one of the frustrations when you paid a huge amount of check to this agency, and then when it comes to outgoing stuff, you have to look for someone else. That's kind of one of the
Mm.
pain that we're trying to solve for the clients. So we sometimes we onboard customers that just generally getting us, I don't know, like 6 hours of support a month. At the same time, we don't charge anything upfront. We don't sign any contracts. So if the client is not happy to pay, I mean, he's not paying. What's the best guarantee? Like you happy, you pay. So and we are with the clients for years. So sometimes my clients, there is no like a retainer fee like in most agencies when you have to pay. It does not matter what if they do a job or not, like you pay the retainer fee. As of right now, we don't have it because I do believe that the client's supposed to stay with you as an agency because they're happy with you, and not because of the contract. And also, if you're not doing anything for this particular account as of right now, like what's the reason to charge? What like
Yeah.
so that's again that's why I'm saying we're anti-agency. We do the business from our heart, and that's what probably and straight to the point. Do we have mistakes? Obviously we do, right? Can we find any like out of 100 accounts? I'm sure I will get right now one or two guys who might be able just to call me and say me, hey Paul, fix this.
Yeah.
Every single client has my WhatsApp, etc. Day and night. I mean, if they message me, if there is an issue, I would just say, hey, I'm on it. We're trying to solve it. This is the steps. Everyone making mistakes, and it's just a matter of how you react to those mistakes. Would you go extra mile to fix this for the clients, or you just disappear and trying to avoid? So that's kind of our mindset, and again, that's probably the reason for some sort of success for us as an agency. And yeah, so
And to continue this success, like how Cloudways help you in achieving your success? What attracted you towards Cloudways?
right. So I have to start the journey back in time. So when Magento Go stopped supporting and announced that it will shut down. So we launched Magecloud.net, which is the platform as a service to boost Magento instances in the cloud. So the idea that we come up with my partner was quite similar to the Cloudways. Okay, when you have one single platform and you distributing different applications into the various hosting vendors like Amazon, Google Cloud, etc. So Magecloud.net was
Yeah.
kind of the same stuff. And so basically, we as a Mage Cloud, we also get like authorized, excuse me, we've got the Amazon technical partnership, Google, DigitalOcean, and stuff like that. What I think is Cloudways executed our vision way better, right? So you guys went all in, and make it till the end, till the DigitalOcean eventually uh, like acquire the entire company.
Yeah.
So I feel at some point, because of the problem with the Russia back in time, we kind of pushed out this project a little bit. It was hard to raise any fundings. It was hard to scale. We were not able to get as many engineers as we needed. And then we start kind of looking into, hey, how instead of competing with the Cloudways, what can we do to make it better? So, and we basically uh, kind of joined Cloudways partner family, and Cloudways is right now it's one of their preferred hosting partners for our company. So any hustle with getting the new server up and running, any hustle with deployment, any hustle with the backup for our clients, that's something that Cloudways kind of focus on. And I usually saying like that when we were an agency with 6 people, we had one DevOps engineer. When we grew up to 12, it was still one DevOps engineer. Now we are 35, we're supporting way more clients, and because of the Cloudways automation and stuff like that, we still
Mm.
have one DevOps engineer.
Okay.
So, and that's it's very simple metrics. for me as an agency, right? That all the hustle of getting the server up and running, uh, all the hustle of being 24 by 7 available, uh, that's what Cloudways kind of helps me to cover. Still, customers, of course, if they have a trouble with the website, even today, they message me, right? They don't really go to the Cloudways support. So I'm kind of doing this stuff on my own, but and we eventually try, because we're technical ourselves, we're fixing stuff for themselves instead of just always sending the tickets to the Cloudways support. But the flexibility of my clients to talk to me during the daytime and talk to Cloudways just in case during the nighttime, that's a perfect match. So,
Yeah.
and obviously, being an affiliate as the agency, that's extra like cash flow for me. Like, recommending you guys, getting some credits from the Cloudways. That's what we eventually were trying to do was on our own. But Cloudways basically solve this problem for me.
Good to know about that. And as you have been in the business from a long time and you build up very incredible business, so can you share some tips and advices for the young entrepreneurs who are struggling for their businesses?
Starting the business, it's always a challenge, right? It's your own risk, and you don't know, like, hey, is it worth it? Would you lose the money or not? It's hard to when you hire for the first time, when like I remember I basically in the beginning of the month, I know X thousand of US dollars that I have to pay to my employers, right? And it's all the risk. Would you get the clients who will pay you, but you still have to pay to your employers? So I would say like that. If someone want to start an agency business as of right now, probably I would say like this: try to find niche that you feel you are expert in yourself. Okay, because going into just doing like it just a web development right now, it's probably a little bit kind of hard to get in, right? A lot of niches already there. So try to think what will happen in 3 years, right? So for instance, again, I want to be quite honest with you, but I think the e-commerce market will be completely changed in 3 years. So we as an agency, we're also gonna find a way to transform what we do for our customers. If I will be starting this like something myself right now in IT and an agency and consulting, I would definitely look into something that's based on AI. All right, just because I mean AI will dominate any business in the future, and like AI would not replace people, but it will replace people who does not use AI. So that's number one. Find the niche. Okay, don't be afraid to work solo for the first, I don't know, 4 yeah like months or something like that. If you can find a partner who's like if you have like an entrepreneur mindset, right? Because getting getting the client, it's also a challenge, same as doing some technology piece. If you
Yeah.
feel your skill set is talk to people, then find someone who will be your CTO. So I guess getting the very first employee or the partner, it's a phenomenal, like I think that's the reason for success of our agency, to get someone else who might cover um, a certain piece. So look into that one. And anywhere you can optimize the process by outsourcing one piece of stuff somewhere else, do it this way. Don't try to be a hosting company if you are, if you have no idea, what the hosting is. Try to be really much focused. Try to find your niche in terms of customer profile, in terms of technology. Find the good partner that you can trust, and don't be afraid, to start. Any experience that you will have will convert. Does not matter what. Even if your business, like, not every single business will be successful. but you will regret if you would not try. If you have this in your mind, do
Yeah,
it first, so will be no regret in your life.
yeah. At least you should try. Yeah. So, Paul, we are done with our questions for today's session. Thank you so much for your valuable time. I know you are a very busy person with multiple projects, and with uh, we discussed the thing earlier. So, as we wrap up this session, and I want to take a moment to express our heartful gratitude to each and everyone who has joined us today. It's been an incredible experience, and we hope you have found the session as enlightening and motivating for you. We have two sessions aligned for tomorrow uh, with Thomas Ref and one another guy. So stay tuned. And once again, thanks everyone, and thanks Paul for this incredible session. So stay tuned and bye.
Thank you guys. Bye bye.